Rebecca DeCerio, Entertainment Politics for MadWorldNews.com. Joy Behar couldn't believe that what she was hearing. How could Lanny Davis, who is known as the Clinton fixer, be so sloppy? The 75-year-old co-host of The View dropped her nice girl routine. What nice girl routine? I think you're mistaken here. Well, she dropped her supposed nice girl routine that she usually reserves to her favorite leftist guests after Davis shocked her with a nasty surprise about President Donald Trump. Behar went bonkers, screaming, "You need to fix this. You lied, and now Trump wins again." Don't miss what happens next. Michael Cohen, who worked for President Donald Trump in a minor role as one of his many attorneys, was squeezed by special counsel Robert Mueller. After Mueller zeroed in on Cohen and raided his office in an unprecedented move, the special counsel caught him red-handed. Just like poor Paul Manafort, Cohen was targeted solely because he worked for Trump. When Mueller found that Cohen may have been involved in some shady deals with the New York taxicab medallions, he put the screws to him. Either he flips on Trump or he faces years and years in prison. You see what I'm saying? It's exactly that. The problem is Cohen really had nothing to tell about Trump, but for weeks and weeks we have been hearing about how Cohen was going to testify that he was present at a meeting with then-candidate Trump, Donald Trump Jr. and Jared Kushner as they met with the Russian lawyer Natalia Veselnitskaya. This so-called meeting is otherwise known as the infamous Trump Tower meeting. That's when Clinton fixer Lanny Davis somehow wormed his way into Cohen's world. All of a sudden, Davis was Cohen's new attorney. Yes, the Clinton fixer is Cohen's new attorney, and got him to plead guilty to a non-crime. Then Davis made the rounds on MSNBC and CNN spouting that his client Cohen was indeed at the Trump Tower meeting, and he was going on the record with Mueller placing President Trump at that meeting. Well, that made Joy Behar so happy. She really believed that this revelation by Davis and Cohen would somehow lead to Trump's demise. She had her heart set on it. So when Lanny Davis showed up on The View claiming he misspoke and the entire Cohen story wasn't true, Big Mouth Behar lost it. I hate to pile on this, really, but I feel like you made a mistake, Behar said. She went on to say Cohen isn't exactly the most reliable person in the world, and the last thing liberals need is to give Trump fodder for his war on the media. We know that Cohen already lacked credibility all over the place. We have the tape of him acting like a thug. He was Trump's longtime fixer. He threatened reporters. He's an admitted felon, she continued. Then Joy was really mad, saying, "And now we're questioning your credibility too. I mean, this is terrible because it's bad enough that Trump is always, the false media, the lies, the fake news. This is a reckless thing that happened. How are you going to fix it?" Davis immediately deflected the question, opining about how people needed to understand the difference between a mistake and a lie, and how President Trump was much worse than he was. Davis then proceeded to praise Cohen for allegedly having a transformative moment where he truly understood how terrible Trump was. I mean, under those circumstances, if you're facing years and years of jail, prison time, what are you going to do? Yeah, Trump is bad. Yeah, but he's got nothing. Anyway, that made Joy Behar look out at the crowd, raising her eyebrow. She wasn't buying it. "Look, I don't believe an epiphany occurred," stated Behar to Davis. Whoopi sat there dumbfounded. It was a cringeworthy moment. Too bad it's not on tape. And the joyless wonder was off the reservation, upset because Lanny Davis wasn't fixing her Trump problem. Americans weighed in, loving every moment of it. Twitter user Bob Lee tweeted, "What Joy is saying is, yo, Lanny, you can only lie when it benefits your side. I thought you knew that, you dummy." We all know Joy is pissed off at Lanny Davis for getting caught lying. She's fine with lying as long as it destroys President Trump. She's angry the Clinton fixer had to admit he lied. Ray for Press Trump. Let Behar have it, tweeting, "Hey Joy, it's simple. Start telling the truth." For over 18 months, we have been hearing how President Trump colluded with the Russians. Yet every time the Democrats claim they have proof, it never pans out. In fact, we all know the truth. It was Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton who formed a cabal with certain FBI and DOJ officials to spy on Trump and then plant false stories about him all over the news. It's time these liars and cheats were brought to justice. It's time to double down on our support for President Trump. Joy Behar lashed out at Lanny Davis, and it will only get worse as the Trump haters start turning on one another, as the truth about who really illegally spied on Americans finally comes out. Absolutely true. Absolutely. Yeah, when they find out, they're going to say, oh, that it's a lie and that the Trump got to them or the Kremlin got to them. They're so dumbed down. You can't